I want to do everything, but I do nothing. You ever have one of those nights where you suddenly decide you're gonna change your whole life? Like out of nowhere, you become super motivated. You start watching productive videos, self improvement clips, workout transformation, how to stop procrastinating, how to become disciplined. And for a couple of hours, you genuinely feel different. You start imagining this future version of yourself, more confident, more focused, actually doing things. And in your head, it feels real. But then the night ends, you go to sleep, and the next day, nothing changes. Same habits, same routines, same excuses, and somehow you're tired even though you didn't actually do anything. That feeling is honestly way more common than people admit. Wanting to do everything, but somehow doing nothing. I think a lot of people today are stuck in this weird cycle. We have huge goals, big ideas, so many things we want to become. But instead of moving, we just keep thinking about moving. See, thinking about improving yourself feels productive. Planning feels productive. Watching motivational videos feels productive. Making schedules feels productive, but none of it really changes your life unless something actually happens out of your head. Sometimes we are not addicted to success, we are addicted to the idea of becoming successful. Because imagining a better life is easy, actually, building one is hard. Picture this, it's late at night, your room's dark except your phone screen. You have got 15 tabs open, one about making money online, one about discipline, one about learning skills, one about fixing your life. And while you're watching all this stuff, you feel hopeful. Like maybe this is a moment everything changes. But deep down, there is also this quiet panic because you know time's moving. People your age are doing things, building things, getting good at things, and you're sitting there overwhelmed by how many directions you could go. You want to do everything, start a business, get in shape, learn editing, read more, wake up early, fix your attention span, become confident, but because there's so much you want to do, your brain freezes. And then you end up doing none of it. I honestly think one of the biggest reason this happens is fear. Because the second you actually start trying, things become real. If you start going to the gym, you might quit. If you start creating videos, people might judge you. If you really try your hard and fail, that hurts way more than never trying at all. So instead, a lot of us stay in preparation mode, researching, planning, waiting for the perfect moment. Because as long as you are preparing, you can still protect the fantasy version of yourself, the version that could have been amazing. And honestly, the saddest moments aren't dramatic. It's the small stuff. Looking at goals you wrote down months ago and realizing nothing happened. Seeing courses you never finished. Telling yourself, I will start tomorrow. So many times that the word tomorrow stops meaning anything. That feeling slowly eats at you because deep down you know you are capable of more. And that's the frustrating part. It's not that you don't care, you care a lot, maybe too much. I think modern life makes this way more worse. You know, our brains were not made for this much comparison. Every day we see people getting rich, getting fit, building audience, becoming successful, and suddenly feels like you need to master everything. Like if you are not constantly improving, you are falling behind. So your attention gets pulled in 10 different directions. You try to become 10 different people at once, and eventually your brain just burns out. Too many goals can actually destroy action because when everything feels important, nothing does. There is this moment that hits a lot of people late at night. You are lying there staring at the ceiling, and you suddenly realize life keeps moving whether you move or not. That's a scary feeling because nobody wants to feel stuck in their own life. Nobody grows up dreaming about almost trying. But that's where a lot of people end up, not failing, just endlessly preparing. And what's weird is you can become really smart about self improvement without actually improving. You can know every productive trick, every mindset lesson, every motivational quote, and still avoid doing the uncomfortable work because information is safe, action isn't. Action exposes you. At some point, I realized something important. The people who change their lives usually aren't the most motivated people. They are just better at doing things even when they don't feel like it. That's the difference. Not talent, not intelligence, not luck. They stop waiting to feel ready. Honestly, most of the time, readiness never comes. You just start messily, awkwardly, imperfectly. Just start. Transformation usually doesn't happen in a huge dramatic moments. It's small decisions like opening your laptop when you don't want to, going to the gym when your brain says skip it, working quietly without immediate results. That's the part nobody posts online, but that's where real change actually happens. I think a lot of people secretly believe motivation creates action, but most of the time, action creates motivation. That's what we get wrong. And once you start moving your brain slowly catches up. And confidence come after repetition, not before. And that changes everything because it means you don't need to become a different person overnight. You just need to stop disappearing. You just need to stop disappearing every time things get uncomfortable. And honestly, maybe the biggest problem is that we romanticize huge life changes too much. We think transformation has to feel cinematic, like one big breakthrough moment. But real life usually changes quickly, slowly, almost invisibly, until one day you look back and realize you actually became the person you kept thinking about. See, not perfectly, but genuinely. So, if you feel stuck right now, if you feel like your mind is full of ambition but your life isn't moving, maybe you don't need more motivation. Maybe you need less overthinking, less escaping, less imagining, less waiting for the perfect time, and more small actions, even boring ones. Because at the end of the day, your life is mostly built from the things you keep repeating, not the things you keep thinking about. A lot of people spend years imagining a different life. Very few quietly build one. So, be one of the few.